speaking with Neil Fox of Ness Software Product Labs, and Neil is our architect of our engineering effectiveness messaging. And we're here at the Zinnov conference, and where we've been trying out this messaging, and also thinking about its ramifications for our current client set as well as for prospects. And thought Neil would have some interesting comments after spending most of today speaking with at least a dozen, if not more, potential clients, as well as some current clients, and wanted to get his feedback on the engineering effectiveness and its implications for this audience.
So what's interesting is that I don't know many times where you have universal agreement on something, but I think at least with all the people that we spoke with at the conference, including the panel speakers and from the kickoff and the keynote, there is universal agreement that the India offshore development market is at a pivotal stage at this point. The industry essentially started with cost savings and labor arbitrage, and with a lot of organizations moving to India very aggressively in order to take advantage of the cost savings, the labor market. Everyone's in agreement that has essentially plateaued, and the transition that we're in is from cost to value discussion. And so when you talk to people about what's next for India, it's really about global development and how we demonstrate value. And what we're not seeing to our advantage is any kind of agreement on how you measure value and how you demonstrate that value. There's a lot of debate, there's a lot of discussion about it, which is good. And what Ness has provided is really a methodology and a framework for measuring that value across three different dimensions: across a process optimization, across quality optimization, across technology optimization. The messaging that we've been providing to our clients has really resonated here at the show. When we talk about having this framework for measuring our effectiveness across those dimensions, there's a lot of excitement, because I don't think anybody, at least yet that we've seen, if you look on the internet, you don't find it either, has been able to articulate a framework for measuring effectiveness that way. So you talk to people like Nokia, for instance, who's really facing some interesting business challenges, shrinking market, but tremendous opportunity in the mobility space. They've got 11,000 developers worldwide, and acquiring a lot of companies. I sat down with the COO from that organization here locally in Bangalore, and what he said is, we really do need to look at the effectiveness in some consistent way of measuring from site to site how effective is our R&D, and once we do that, how to optimize that effectiveness, how to get the most amount of effort, most amount of results from the investments that we make. So from Nokia's standpoint, which is not an uncommon model, when they're buying an organization, how effective is that organization? The answer is they don't really know. What they know is that they're getting access to talent, they're getting access to technology, maybe getting access to markets and customers. What they want is great value out of that. And that's a common message that we're hearing.
So Neil, you mentioned Nokia. Are you seeing any difference here between SMBs versus large organizations? What's interesting, or at least from my conversations, is that it's pretty universal.
That's a great question, and I was surprised also that when we talk to companies like SAP, like Nokia, those large organizations, we expected to hear a lot more maturity around measuring value. And the reality is that they're nearly just as confused about how to measure and demonstrate value as SMBs and mid-sized companies.
What other comments are people making about this messaging?
Everyone agrees that Thomas Friedman was right, that the world is flat, and that we all need to think about our relevancy across a global audience at this point, and what is our new place in the global marketplace, or in the global development ecosystem, if you will. In the past, certainly it was a foregone conclusion that very likely low technology, low complexity work would be sent to India. Now, that's not true anymore, right? So now the work that's coming here is a diverse mix of sustaining engineering, but true product ownership as well. And in order to be able to build that confidence, and we heard this from a lot of companies, they do need to be able to demonstrate value. And value for companies may be different, and that's good for us. So the Ness engineering effectiveness model doesn't have one prescriptive measure of value for every organization. Some companies value innovation, some companies value time to market, some value quality or the number of features delivered, and some value cost savings. And so regardless of what their value is, the Ness engineering effectiveness model really allows us to align their business objective, whether it be growth or savings or output, with a model that measures those and helps the company achieve that.